Finally, a bright spot in the middle of a global pandemic. ESPN delivered the Last Dance documentary detailing the Bulls' last championship run, the 97 through 98 season. And I gotta say, this is amazing. Finally, without sports, we got something to look forward to. This documentary was so good and I was so excited for it. I laid out my outfit like I was going to the first day of school. I even wore Jordans in the living room because I just wanted to feel it for nostalgia's sake. Now, this whole documentary, the reason they even brought the film crew around is because they knew this was going to be their last year, and the organization was like, let's try to come out on top on this rebuild before kind of going through the bottom. I gotta say, this documentary is furthering my agenda to move sports fans away from being loyal to just organizations and teams and being loyal to players first. Because the players are the lifeblood of the sport, not the organization, not the owner, not the GM. None of those fat guys are out there doing fadeaways. A lot of times their egos and bad decisions ruin some of the generational talent and once-in-a-lifetime stuff that we see from the athletes. Those are the guys. Those are the stars. That's who we're paying to see. You're only going to get one Michael Jordan, one LeBron James, one Kobe Bryant. But you can get a lot of Jerry Krauses. You can get a lot of guys who can GM. Matter of fact, you can get a lot of owners. There's no discernible skill or foresight that we've really seen any of these people actually add. You might make one good trade or two here, strike gold on one draft pick, but you're not out there every day hitting fadeaways, going to practice, fighting through injuries. Stop it. Jerry Krause said, hey, organizations win championships. Ironically, that organization hasn't won a single championship since Michael Jordan left. Matter of fact, haven't even sniffed close to winning one. So organizations don't have a clue what they're doing. You win 5 championships and you want to rebuild. You want to get rid of Phil Jackson? What are you going to look for? Another coach that can help you guys win championships like Phil Jackson? Sign that guy. Pay them. Pay the players. Give the guys everything you want. If Scottie Pippen wanted me to come and brush his hair every day, I'm going to send somebody to do that. I'll renegotiate the contract. It doesn't matter. We have won 5 championships. You're winning now. It doesn't get any better. You have the best player of all time sitting right there trying to come in and make things work. You do whatever it takes. I would send somebody to go to Brooklyn and get cheesecake, just like on some Making the Band stuff, and bring it to Michael Jordan every day. We're going to do whatever. We're going to win 17 if we could. It was good seeing some young Michael Jordan, seeing him in college, begging for money. It's kind of weird to think of Michael Jordan being broke, but at one point, he had to ask his mom for money on his phone bill. We've all been there. One thing that was kind of interesting about the documentary, Barack Obama was on there as a former Chicago resident. Yeah, it's just like some local guy we found. He has a funny name, but he can come sit in the documentary. But then when they had Bill Clinton on there, he was former Arkansas governor. Okay. One of the things that was kind of cool to see is how big Michael Jordan was. I remember going through it, but it's kind of hard to kind of imagine when you're a little kid of how big that person is with the context as an adult. One of the French players that they were playing in the international scrimmages asked Michael Jordan for his armband after the game. That's pretty boss. If you put my team over your knee and spank us heartily for 4 quarters, I'm probably not going to ask for your autograph or armband after the game. But that's how real Mike was. You just had to respect greatness. One of the things that's really good about this documentary is it gave the backdrop to everybody's story and to why this last season was coming up. How Michael Jordan got there, how the reason Scottie Pippen signed the deal he did with having a traumatic upbringing, seeing 2 of his family members go to wheelchairs. Hey, I needed some stability. He signs a deal that's not that great, but you got to do what you got to do to provide at that time. When you're young, and you got a lot riding on you. And my biggest takeaway is Scottie Pippen is probably the realest black dude to ever come out of Arkansas. I had to stand up for this point. We're done comparing the players. We're done saying LeBron's better, Kobe's better, Jordan's better. Clearly, Jordan's the GOAT. And I finally need to go on record and say this. Now, granted, it'll probably change when the documentary is over and LeBron wins another ring. But for right now, we're going to go with Jordan being the GOAT. This is legendary stuff. This is stuff I remember as a kid that got me into being into basketball, into the NBA, buying Jordans. Now, I got Jordans on right now as I'm recording, standing in my own bedroom. Because why? Jordan is the GOAT. And that's our first takeaway after the first night.